Everybody, it's Kyle Daniels with This is Sotheby's International Realty bringing you the weekly update for Friday the 13th. It's August. We just crossed that halfway point of summer and we're seeing a lot of great things in the market and maybe some changes coming. So let's jump into the numbers and we'll talk about what we're seeing this past week. So over the past week, we saw 132 new listings come out. Now it's Friday. I anticipate the number will tick up as the day goes on. We typically see more properties coming on the market as we head into the open house weekend. But 132, which matches perfectly with 132 new escrows this past week. Again, that for every new listing, we have a new escrow, which is a great sign. Now, we do still see some fallout, but this week we saw a little drop. We only saw 9 fall out of escrow and go back on the market. So I think we're getting a little more real with our pricing again. And the reason I'm saying that is because we also saw 34 price reductions, which again is a pretty good number, and it's actually been slowly increasing if you've been following along. So I think we got some really excited sellers put their homes on the market, and then they're sitting a little bit longer now. So as far as the closed sales, though, we saw 106, so that was a little bit lower. I've got some theories. I'm thinking we had a lot of vacations going on over the last 60 days, 30 to 60 days, so we're seeing a slight drop. We probably will see that number stay closer to around 100. Now, I do see that picking back up in September and October. When we look at the days on market, we're slowly, again, creeping up. We had 18 days on the market. Now, that was just this past week. Maybe things will change again, but we do have school starting up and people getting their last-minute vacations in. As far as those closed sales, 12 of them closed over 3 million. So that's been a pretty steady number. Again, about 10% over 3 million. This week was unique. We hardly had any in PV, just one in Rolling Hills. And we saw a really big, beautiful Walk Street home close for 7 million in Manhattan Beach. So most of those $3 million sales are in the beach cities. And then finally, keeping track of how many are selling over asking or at asking. We had 30 of the 106 sell below the asking price, with the rest selling at asking or above. So there's still an expectation if you're a buyer, you're going to be paying full price. Now, I did see some great price reductions out there in those closed sales. So, there were, we're talking 200, 300, and even that Rolling Hills dropped quite a bit. So don't give up on properties. If you see something, especially if it falls out of escrow, comes back on the market, sits for a little bit, that seller may be willing to look at a discounted price because they want to move on and get to their next property. We do see a few people selling one to buy another. Heard a few of those in our sales meeting this week. So again, things are working. Don't talk yourself out of the market right now. There's great opportunities if you look. Maybe not as many homes as we saw a couple years ago, but there's still good opportunities out there. And lastly, I read a great article this week. I'll probably post a link on LinkedIn for those that are following there. But the question was asked, is this a demand problem in this market or a supply problem? And the economists continue to see this as a supply problem, which in other words, because we don't have enough homes on the market, we're seeing prices go up, and that's taking a few of the buyers out of the equation. So yes, it is affecting demand, but that's because the prices are going up. We may see some leveling in prices. I don't see a big drop because, again, we have a supply problem. Not enough homes for the number of people that want to buy. When prices start dropping, there's tons of people jumping on the home. And again, we still saw multiple offers on a lot of the properties that closed this week. That's it for this week. Have a great weekend. Don't worry about this Friday the 13th stuff, right? Knock on wood. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Thank you.